and only lifetime limited powertrain warranty. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurants, always open, always local, and serving up favorites for over 40 years.
Coming up on Primetime, the total of COVID-19 cases on Guam is now over 300 after 13 more new cases are reported. Plus, grab-and-go meals up at Estumbo Elementary School are halted after a worker tests positive for coronavirus. And a bill has been introduced to cancel the 2020 primary election, allowing all candidates to advance to the general.
Hafa and good evening. I'm Adriana Cotero. Returning from the 4th of July weekend, another spike in COVID-19 cases. The latest report from the Joint Information Center indicates 13 new cases. DPHSS tested 371 individuals for COVID-19 on Saturday with conclusive results. 2 tested positive through DPHSS. 1 is a reported household contact and was identified through contact tracing. 1 was identified through community outreach. 11 additional cases tested positive by the Diagnostic Laboratory Services. All 11 reported household contact to previously confirmed cases. This brings the total count of confirmed COVID-19 on Guam to 301, with 5 deaths, 179 recoveries, and 117 active cases. There are also 3 people hospitalized at GMH. Island residents are urged to continue to practice social distancing, good hygiene, and wear a mask. Also, community testing will continue on Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Estumbo Gym. Testing is open to all residents. The CNMI's 31st confirmed case of COVID-19 announced on Friday. The increase in case count also comes with a new testing protocol for returning residents. Tomas Manglotnya has the latest from Saipan.
The 31st case is an individual who is a returning resident coming in, traveled basically and arrived on June 27th. And was tested on July 2nd.
The CNMI's 31st case was in self-quarantine at a hotel before getting tested, according to hospital CEO Esther Munya, the asymptomatic traveler now at the Kanoa Resort Isolation Facility. The CNMI saw no cases in the 23 days before this new confirmed case.
The last ones have been from travelers. There's a total of 8.
Meanwhile, Munya tells KUAM that new testing protocols are also in place for returning residents. Travelers will now be tested twice, once at arrival and on the 5th day of their quarantine.
The individual can self-quarantine at home. It is a matter of just not, restricting their movement, making sure that they follow social distancing, putting on a mask even at home, especially if they have someone with them. So that is a self-quarantine that happens everywhere in the United States.
She addresses some concerns for allowing residents to quarantine at home.
If you see someone that that has recently traveled and is out and about, there is an opportunity for that citizen or the resident to call us up and we will address that.
Tomas Manglotnya for KUAM News on Saipan.
Thank you, Tomas. Estumbo Elementary School is currently closed until further notice due to a grab-and-go school meal program worker testing positive for COVID-19. According to the Joint Information Center, on Saturday, July 4th, the Guam Department of Education was informed the worker at the AES site tested positive through contact tracing. GDOE Superintendent John Fernandez has closed down and suspended the site for deep cleaning. And Dededo resident Daniel Enciso tells KUAM that stopping by Estumbo for lunch has become part of his daily routine, and he is now begging Adelup to continue with expanded testing.
I'm so careless and serious. I don't know if I have it or not. Okay, so Governor, can you help me please to check me or give me a physical, do I have it or not? Because I don't know. I just found out today that they have positive 2-3 days ago. I just dropped through. I thought I'm going to get some food, but I found out that they said they have positive 1 person here in Estumbo's. Please, I beg you to test me. I don't want to get all this sickness.
Again, community testing will continue on Wednesday, July 8th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Estumbo Gym and is open to all residents. As for the grab-and-go school meal program, the remaining 11 sites are open this week from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. GDOE wants to remind all to follow safety precautions and wear a mask when picking up meals. All Dededo Precinct Command officers have tested negative for COVID-19. Last week on June 27th, a Guam Police Department officer at the Northern Precinct tested positive for the virus through contact tracing. According to GPD spokesperson Sergeant Paul Tapao, the officer remains in home isolation, and as recommended by the Department of Public Health, all personnel assigned to the Dedado Precinct Command underwent self-quarantine and testing. Sergeant Tapao confirms that as of July 5th, all DPC personnel have returned to their regular shifts. And at the time, in order for operations to continue at the Dedado Precinct, officers from various other precincts were assigned to cover the shifts. Additionally, the Guam Army National Guard was activated to provide a deep cleansing of the Dedado Precinct Command. 27-year-old Justin John Portasak self-surrendered this afternoon to the Guam Police Department's Central Precinct Command in Sinahanya. Last week, GPD sought the community's help with a wanted flyer out for his arrest. As we reported, Portasak is the subject of an ongoing stalking complaint that's being investigated by the Domestic Assault Response Team. Portasak is also the person of interest from the hit-and-run cop car incident that occurred at the Central Precinct Command. According to GPD spokesperson Sergeant Paul Tapao, Portasak is currently being interviewed by GPD DART officers, and this case is ongoing. There are a pair of bipartisan efforts underway to kill all of or part of the August primary election. But time is running short, and both the legislature and the governor will need to take positive action by next week if they want to get it done.
Senators Joe San Agustin and James Moylan have both submitted bills. San Augustin's would eliminate the primary vote for all of the offices, and there are many that are essentially uncontested. Moylan's would eliminate the 2020 primary altogether. Both say not only will it save scarce taxpayer money, it will delegate the responsibility to where it really belongs, with the political parties.
Some have said that I may be doing voter suppression by having either have a primary or not have a primary. If we don't have a primary, then we've actually cornered the parties to decide who their true candidates are.
We know that the cost is $365,000 for the election. So during this time when our budget is not doing well at all, let's save money where we can.
Having the primary is for the parties to decide. And you're aware of this, and I said that I introduced it this term and last term to not have the government fund the primary, let the parties handle it.
We let the parties run their primary. We need to save the government money, and it's a party run during primary anyway. So let the parties run their own primaries moving forward.
But time is of the essence. By law, the Election Commission needs to mail out the absentee ballots by July 15th. So the bill will likely have to be passed and signed into law by the governor by then.
I'm really pursuing that it'll be heard Monday next week. If not, and there is a great danger that we need to hear it sooner, then I'll submit a request for emergency session. But the 5-day rule applies right now, to have a public hearing, and Monday is what I'm looking at.
While both bills address just this year's August 29 primary, both Moylan and San Agustin say they would support a permanent change. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Late today, Speaker Tina Barnes called an emergency session for Wednesday to address the San Agustin and Moylan bills, as well as a bill by Senator Kelly Marsh-Taitano on mail-in ballots. The Republican Party is distancing itself from an inflammatory social media post this weekend by a GOP senatorial candidate. Ryan Calvo blasted local protesters who are calling for a halt to construction at the new Marine base site in Dedado, calling them terrorists. Here's Nestor Lecanto with the reaction today from Republican Party Chairman Tony Atta.
The July 4th post by Ryan Calvo drew some support, but mostly strong rebuke from commenters on his Facebook page. He wrote that he does not support the military protesting and that local activists with anti-American sentiment are, quote, homegrown domestic terrorist cell groups that don't represent peace. The Republican Party quickly sent out a statement saying those are Calvo's opinions, not theirs.
We don't support what he says, but like I said, that's his opinion, so he has a right to express his opinion. And hopefully that more clarification as to what he actually meant by that, he probably could provide that to the people. If those individuals that agree with Mr. Calvo's statements, we respect that. But there's a lot of people that don't agree, and we respect that as well.
Calvo declined our request for an interview to further clarify his stance. Meanwhile, Atta says both Calvo and the protesters are exercising their constitutional rights to freedom of speech and assembly. The GOP's position on the issues?
We support the military buildup. I mean, those provide economic stability for our island, jobs for our people. But in the same token, we also support that of those who are, I wouldn't say protesting. I would say assembling, so that we can not lose our heritage, not lose our culture, not lose our ancient sites. And I respect both of them.
Etta admits the party was concerned enough to distance itself from CALVO'S remarks, but he says they can't prohibit qualified candidates from running under their banner, and there's no formal vetting process.
Yes, they do run as a Republican, and we hope that they support the values of the Republican Party. But what they say personally, we can't control.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
The latest batch of unemployment checks are out. Labor Director David De La Sola says some payments may have been released as early as Friday. He adds that just for clean applications, those with errors are still in the resolution process, and De La Sola says they are trying to double up on staff to handle the problem claims. The Labor Director continues to encourage claimants to be careful in their weekly submissions to avoid any delays in the payment process. This includes those who are back to work with still reduced hours. Meanwhile, the $600 of federal pandemic unemployment compensation expires on the last week of this month. De La Sola says there's been no word from Washington if that will continue. The pandemic unemployment assistance will continue, though, through December. And before we head into break, important news regarding tax refunds. The Department of Revenue and Taxation announced that 1,287 tax refunds for 2019 have been processed and will be placed in the mail this week. The checks total a little over $4.9 million. This includes refunds that have been garnished to repay government debts for error-free returns filed on or before January 29, 2020. And stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Taco Bell's new grilled cheese burrito is filled with nacho cheese sauce and a delicious 3-cheese blend. And even more melty cheese is grilled on top. Introducing Taco Bell's grilled cheese burrito box. Order ahead and pick yours up at our contactless drive-thru.
Social distancing may be the new norm, but connection will always be our tradition. Through good times and tough times, we remain connected with you. Masks may be the new fashion, but protection will always be our style. You can always count on us to protect the things that matter the most. Sanitizing may be the new routine, but caring will always be our practice. We care about your loved ones and the things you value the most. And as we welcome our new normal, one thing remains certain: we will always be here for you. We're open and ready to serve you. CALVO'S Insurance, a legacy of trust.
The people of Guam once again have the power to shape our island's future for the good of the entire community.
The 2020 Census of Guam is an island-wide population count.
A snapshot of Guam that happens just once every 10 years.
A census worker will ask you a number of questions.
You will be counted no matter what language you speak.
Sensiguro na todo siya inipit midso upang sikreto.
Ang bawat kawani ng 2020 Census of Guam ay nanumpa na habang buhay na poprotektahan ang bawat impormasyong makakalap.
Shape your future. Start here.
With Grand Marnier, you'll dare to put a twist on the traditional. That will lead you to somewhere unexpected. Somewhere you can create something better than good. Here, you'll create something grand. Grand Marnier, a visionary blend of fine cognac and bitter orange liqueur. Live grand.
There is a U in this election, and it stands for Underwood and unity. I've been president of the university, a former member of Congress. I've been asked if I'm running to get my old job back or running for public office. It's neither one. I'm running for public service. I'm running to restore the dignity and trust in our one voice in Washington, D.C. I'm running to transform the Washington office to meet 21st century conditions. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. There, we're official. I'm running to be of service to the needs of Guam's families as enormous changes will be made to our economy and healthcare. This is the time for unity. This campaign begins today. Are you ready? I'm ready. I am. Mary, please.
KUAM News, winner of the 2020 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Social Media.
Welcome back. Judge Vern Paris told both parties the court is making Brandon Acosta's case a priority, stating, quote, "We are certainly advancing this trial along with one other trial, and I want to go ahead and move forward," unquote. A status hearing was held this afternoon to detail a plan on how to move forward with the playback of Acosta's trial. As we reported, Acosta will be back before a jury to determine whether he is guilty or not of the 12 counts of various charges he faces, including aggravated murder and criminal sexual conduct for the 2018 death of 15-year-old Tamika Nauta. Earlier this year, the defense motioned for dismissal during Acosta's trial, and now the court is bringing the matter back before the jurors. However, one setback is getting all the jurors to return during the pandemic. It was stated in court a couple of the jurors are off island, and additionally, it has yet to be determined if the jury is comfortable with returning.
Okay, so when we come back, I expect that we will see a jury of 12 and 4 alternates, and we will speak with them individually to assure that they're still able to move forward in a fashion appropriate for a juror in this case, and then make plans for their juror duty to include playback of what's been previously recorded. That is the entire commencement of the proceedings.
The court has set a return for Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. to meet with the jury. The court anticipates the playback of the trial to take 3 full days. Chief Judge Francis Tidinco Gatewood told drug defendant Victor Regis, quote, "I believe you should be given a chance, and for that, the court will give you 30 months, unquote. Appearing for a sentencing hearing this afternoon, Regis had previously pled guilty to possession of 5 or more grams of meth with intent to distribute. It was stated in court that he has been on pretrial release for the past 10 months and was arrested alongside co-defendant Brian Sanchez Chan after being caught with 14.3 grams of ice. The government and the U.S. Probation Office recommended a 34-month sentencing. However, since Regis has been compliant without any violations, the court ordered him a lesser sentence of 30 months in federal prison with a 3-year supervised release term. Regis told Chief Judge, quote, "I am doing this to better myself. I want to take as much help as I can get and use it for the better, and I am willing to take responsibility for whatever you are going to give me," unquote. The court granted Regis's request to self-surrender to the U.S. Marshals. The Guam Fire Department's fleet of emergency vehicles has increased with 4 new Type 2 ambulances. The 4 were placed at various stations around the island today. According to GFD Fire Chief Daniel Stone, GFD was able to secure funding from local and federal sources with the assistance of the Leon Guerrero Tenorio Administration, the Bureau of Statistics and Plans, Guam Homeland Security and Civil Defense, and General Services Agency. The additions will help bolster GFD response efforts, especially as the island continues to combat COVID-19. Since March, the agency has responded to over 500 persons under investigation and surveillance case patients. A total of 7 Type 2 ambulances were procured, with the remaining 3 arriving next month. At a budget hearing this morning at the CNMI legislature, the CNMI public school system was initially allocated $20.6 million, but Education Commissioner Dr. Alfred Ada says schools need at least $25 million to survive.
We have to make an important decision today. I appeal to you to carefully consider and focus equity when you decide what's best for our 10,000 students.
The CNMI Constitution mandates 25% of the overall budget to be allocated to the school system. Board of Education Chair Janice Tenorio also joined a room full of educators in pleading for more money, noting that access to technology and the grab-and-go meals remains a priority amid the pandemic.
Each and every one of us is concerned about our public school and our public education. Our students have been out of school since probably mid-March.
Education officials also noted that they furloughed 710 teachers and staff, some of whom have decided to leave the industry. And they plan to lift some of the furloughs in August in preparation for the school year. Also on Saipan, Triple J announced the closure of Tony Roma's and Capriciosa this month. After 25 years of serving the community, they write in a press release that their locations at the Garapan site will close its doors. Triple J Chair and CEO Robert Jones said, quote, "The economy is posing unprecedented challenges for local businesses as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, most especially businesses like our restaurants that rely heavily on our tourism and hospitality industry. While we are confident that the economy will eventually recover, there is just too much uncertainty on how soon that will be," unquote. Jones noted that the Surf Club, Great Harvest, and Bubba Gump establishments will continue operations. IT&E has discovered that an unknown third party has been posing as the telecom company and sending fraudulent offers to customers. A fraudulent notification tells customers that they have a chance to win a Samsung Galaxy S10, iPhone XS, or Samsung Galaxy S9 from IT&E, and that in order to enter to win, they must complete a survey to evaluate IT&E's services. To protect their customers, IT&E does not recommend clicking on the link, taking a survey, or responding to the message. For more information or to report suspicious activity, call 922-4483. The iLearn Academy Charter School held a 3-hour webinar virtual learning with demonstrations today. There was 133 participants from various public, private, and charter schools. On March 16th, all Guam schools closed their doors due to COVID-19. And with that, iLearn opened a virtual setting for all students in K through 5 grades. This allows for instructions to continue through Zoom meetings, Google Classroom, and WhatsApp. This fall, iLearn is offering 2 options for students to participate in 100% online or hybrid scheduled with online and student alternating on campus. iLearn Chief Operations Officer Helen Nishihira says, quote, "It was not easy. We were all learning along the way, but this is what iLearn is all about. It's the engineering design process of planning and doing and going back to redesign to make it all work," unquote. Senior Vice President Anita Borja Enriquez of the University of Guam has been elected to serve as a commissioner on the WASC Senior College and University Commission, an agency that reviews and accredits public and private higher education institutions, including the University of Guam throughout California, Hawaii, and U.S.-affiliated Pacific Islands. Her 3-year term began on July 1st. Enriquez is one of the 5 new commissioners elected to a body of 33 total commissioners, and presidents or CEOs of WSCUC-accredited institutions vote on the nominees. Enriquez will serve as the Pacific Basin representative and has been appointed to serve on the Commission's Accreditation Policy and Procedure Committee, as well as in the International Accreditation Ad Hoc Committee. The Recruiting Operations Officer for the University of Guam's Army ROTC program, John W. Howerton, has won a national award for advancing and promoting diversity and inclusion of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders in the federal workforce. He received the Excellence in Individual Achievement Award, one of 9 civilian awards given this year by the Federal Asian Pacific American Council. And during his tenure with the university, he has facilitated the enrollment of more than 420 cadets into the ROTC program, which provides leadership instruction and training at no cost to Asian American and Pacific Islander students. UOG's ROTC program was established in October 1979 and is celebrating 40 years of producing dynamic leaders for Guam, the Pacific, and the United States. And coming up, we continue to celebrate the graduates of 2020. You're watching KUAM.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your 4th meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
Hold up, stop.
What?
You sure you want to do this? Because once you take that bite, there's no turning back to breakfast like this. Nope. Or this. Ooh. Or this.
Wow.
It's time to change your life. For breakfast. with freshly prepared, buttery, crispy McChicken biscuits and savory sweet chicken McGriddles, now at McDonald's nationwide. Wake up breakfast.
We are open to serve you at Cars Plus Guam. Need a quick service for your vehicle? Visit our express lane at Cars Plus. Done fast, done right. No appointment needed. Our service team is dedicated to helping you get your vehicle in and out of the shop and back on the road quickly and securely. Simply drop off your vehicle at our express lane driveway, and one of our service advisors will take care of it. Need a ride? Not to worry. We have a shuttle vehicle ready to drop you back home and pick you up when your vehicle is ready. Open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit us today. We are open to serve you.
Welcome back. We continue to show our support to the entire class of 2020 in a special user-generated segment with submissions from their loved ones.
Head of the Class 2020 is brought to you by Guam Community College and ABC Stores. Today, we're congratulating Issa J. Jean Bukat from Teadsden High School. Congratulations! You will always be a rainbow in someone's cloud. Stay sweet, stay fierce, and most importantly, stay you. Mom and Dad are beyond proud of you. We love you. Tomika Taikeiko graduating from Ukadu High School. Congratulations to the baby in the family. Words cannot express how extremely proud we are of you. We love you so much. Teria Rose Perez Napati from Teadsden High School. Congratulations to our daughter and the entire class of 2020. Love the family. Nikki Jotino Manabusan from Southern High School. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Jeremiah 29:11. Alexia Blas graduating from Teadsden High School. Congratulations. Ethan Anthony Menopolino from Southern High School. Congratulations, son. We are so proud of you and all you've accomplished. You've grown into such a wonderful young man, and we can't wait to see what the future has in store for you. We love you. Mom, Dad, and Sissy. And last but not least, Ryan Flowers from Teadsden High School. Congratulations, and congratulations to all of our graduates. That is your Head of the Class 2020, brought to you by Guam Community College and ABC Stores.
You can watch more submissions every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on KUAM News. And coming up, your birthday shoutouts. Keep it here.
It makes myself and it makes my team members very proud to work for an organization that has been on island for many years with its focus on reliability, dependability, and commitment to the communities that they operate in.
Matson's a great corporate citizen to the community.
We all benefit from any sort of environmental commitment we make. One of the ways that we do that is with our Adahi Utano program. There's action behind it, and so action breeds commitment.
With the Kaimana Hila coming to Guam, this brings a new age and modernization to the island.
It's exciting for me because it's a brand new ship and we can carry more freight into the islands. It just shows growth for Guam and Micronesia.
Matson would be nothing without its customers, and we hope to continue to serve you for decades to come.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Want a real taste of New York? The Big New Yorker is back with a big, bold taste and a sweet marinara sauce on a crust that's 30% larger than our large. Handmade to perfection. It's just $9.99 per carryout. The Big New Yorker, only at your island Pizza Hut.
Welcome back. We continue to show our support to the entire class of 2020 in a special user-generated segment with submissions from their loved ones.
Head of the Class 2020 is brought to you by Guam Community College and ABC Stores. Today, we're congratulating Issa J. Jean Bukat from Teadsden High School. Congratulations! You will always be a rainbow in someone's cloud. Stay sweet, stay fierce, and most importantly, stay you. Mom and Dad are beyond proud of you. We love you. Tomika Taikeiko graduating from Ukadu High School. Congratulations to the baby in the family. Words cannot express how extremely proud we are of you. We love you so much. Teria Rose Perez Napati from Teadsden High School. Congratulations to our daughter and the entire class of 2020.